Intel i7 processor and RTX 2070 graphics. This is the latest laptop from MSI, the GE66 Raider, and today we find out if it lives up to the hype of its big brothers. Join me, ConsumerSam, in this broad review including benchmarks and gaming of this mid-range machine. Without further ado, let's light them up. The MSI GE66 Raider stands out from the crowd with its 19-zone RGB front lip. The version I am reviewing comes with a 10th Gen 10750H i7 processor, NVIDIA RTX 2070 GPU, 16GB RAM, 512GB M.2 SSD with a 240Hz Full HD IPS display. The 99.9 watt-hour battery is the maximum size allowed on a plane, which supports its quest of being a portable gaming laptop. This entry-level model can be found in the UK at Currys PC World for a discounted price of £1,599. There are several combinations of this laptop available in the market, including the i9 processor, RTX 2080 Super Max Q, or the heavily favourite amongst reviewers, the RTX 2070 Super. The prices displayed on the screen are from September 2020 and are subject to change. On the left hand side of the laptop there is a Kensington lock slot, aggressive air vents, one USB Type A port, one USB Type C port, and a headphone and microphone jack. The USB Type C port does not support Thunderbolt. The right hand side of the laptop consists of another aggressive air vent, two USB Type A ports, and a full-size SD card slot. It is great to see the back of the laptop supports some further connectivity options, allowing wires to be tucked away from the view of the user. From left to right they include a mini display port, USB Type C port, an Ethernet port, HDMI out port, and a USB looking like laptop charge port. The USB-C does support video out, but not full Thunderbolt functionality like charging. Overall build quality feels decent, however there is a slight plastic feel to the finish which may not win everyone's heart. The keyboard feels like a notebook, so it's comfortable to use but does not have a lot of travel. The mouse pad is sufficient, but I expect most owners to use an external mouse. The lid can be opened with one finger, but that test doesn't tick any boxes in my feature list. The screen feels stiff enough, however there is flex when applying pressure to it closed. The bezel sizes are small enough to ignore, and MSI managed to squeeze in a 1080p camera, which is awesome. Diving into the benchmarks, please note all the results are for the stock configuration of this laptop. This means there is potential for improvement on these scores by overclocking or undervolting, but as I do not expect all my viewers to do that, I think it's best to take this approach. On 3D Mark, all the results were impressive for a stock RTX 2070 laptop. The results are shown in this graph and can be compared with other laptops online. For example, the i9 8-core processor and RTX 2080 Super Max Q version of this laptop achieved around 9,200 overall time spy score, an 18% increase to this version, and on Firestrike it achieved just over 20,700 overall score, which is a 16% increase. With an average of 17% performance increase, the 45 to 50% price bump seems like a little too much. The thermal performance was impressive, however the fans were on full blast and the tests do not run for a very long time. Cinebench R15 and R20 showed a similar story. These tests are more CPU intensive. The performance was really good as the specifications are decent and well cooled. I must add an AMD 4000 series Ryzen 7 processor would give better results, but is not available in this model. The MSI Komubster is a legacy benchmark tool which is GPU intensive. Tested in the 1080p preset mode, the results achieved by this laptop were on par with some desktops with GTX 1070 coupled with an 8th Gen i7 processor. The temperature of the laptop stabilized at 72 degrees and was maintained. I tested the GE66 Raider in my current favourite game, Call of Duty Warzone. This is a GPU intensive game with a moderate load on the CPU. At 1080p with all settings high but ray tracing turned off, I I was able to play this game at a smooth 100 FPS plus. The frames ranged from the lowest around 90 to the highest around 130 in gameplay. I constantly found the game was able to maintain around 110 frames per second. Games like Counter-Strike and FIFA 20 would be able to make the most of the 240Hz screen on this laptop. You can expect GTA 5, Fortnite and Battlefield 5 to perform slightly better than Warzone and give you an average FPS of above 120. In general use, the battery life is around 4 to 5 hours when not gaming and using Optimus. The fans are powerful and hence loud, so you wouldn't be able to use the inbuilt microphone while streaming and gaming. There are 5 different modes for the fan, all are pretty self-explanatory: extreme performance, balanced, silent, super battery and user defined. I normally keep mine on extreme performance as it's plugged in and I usually use headphones. The screen quality is good, the color depth and sharpness are above average. The matte finish means the laptop has good viewing angles and is bright enough to be used in a light room. The speakers are where MSI really dropped the ball. They are nowhere near powerful enough and there is no concept of depth in the sound. That coupled with loud fans, don't expect to gain much without headphones. In conclusion, check out the laptop's camera. This laptop provides good price to performance ratio and delivers its specs well. This laptop is ideally suited to someone who's a part gamer, part video editor and requires the portability of a laptop. I personally love the RGB lights in the front, but for those who don't, they can switch them off. My biggest disappointment are the speakers. I don't expect to see such weak speakers in such a premium product. That being said, this laptop gives great bang for the buck. However, if you do a lot of intensive work or gaming and can stretch your budget, maybe you should look at the i9 with the RTX 2070 Super graphics. That is the cream of the crop of this model. It's expensive cream though. Remember to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon for future updates on this channel. Please feel free to leave a comment and hit the like button if you like this video or the dislike button if you don't like it. Until next time, over and out.